Let's talk about how to fix the Philadelphia Phillies. Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Phillies Show videocast, and today we're going to be talking about how to fix the Philadelphia Phillies and what moves need to be made to make significant improvements to this team. Now, guys, before we get into this video, please subscribe if you haven't not yet. Please turn on the notification bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video, and let's get into this. So first of all, this video, actually, I was inspired to make this video by a guy by the name of Robbie Hyde on YouTube, who made a video about how to fix the Philadelphia Phillies, and I actually did a collab with baseball guy Sean that actually was going to upload on here. Unfortunately, due to technical difficulties, I cannot get the video to upload. It's over like an hour long, so I guess it's better that I actually do like a 15 to 20 minute video talking about how to fix this team, because there's a lot of content to cover here, because this team is it's just bad. It's in bad shape. Luckily, we have people running our team that I actually am confident with, like Dave Dombrowski. I like Sam Foley. He doesn't have a lot of experience, but I'm really banking on Dave Dombrowski and his longevity and his success. He is he's a proven winner. He's won 2 World Series championships. John Middleton, however, does not impress me at the least. He is a weak owner, and I think he's been exposed as a weak owner. And I think what has been going on for years prior to Dave Dombrowski and Sam Foley both coming in to man this front office, I'm just going to say Dave Dombrowski, so we all know that he's the boss. It was Matt Klentak, GM Matt Klentak, and President Andy MacPhail. And what I think was going on, is I have a little theory, is I think that Middleton was running the whole show, and Klentak and MacPhail are both faces. We all know that MacPhail didn't do anything. He was one of the most weak and ineffective presidents I think I've ever seen of a sports organization, of that matter. Matt Klentak, he was all right. I mean, I like him as a person. I don't know much about MacPhail as a person. All I know is that he's a weak president and a weak front office executive, but I could tell you. But Middleton, I mean, I honestly think that he was running the show. I firmly believe that he was running the show, and when he realized he couldn't do it all on his own and his ideas failed, then he decided to bring in Dave Dombrowski. I'm not saying that, he didn't get some insight from MacPhail and Klentak, but it just makes a lot of sense, because they were both weak and ineffective people. Now you bring in a guy like Dombrowski saying, hey, I'm running the show. But yet Middleton would blame it on, Klentak and MacPhail. Well, we shouldn't have hired these guys. We gave them a, year window. And once again, this is not proven. This is just my speculation. I think they were both fronts. And the reason why MacPhail hired Klentak is because they worked together with the Baltimore Orioles organization, where MacPhail, once again, did nothing with the Baltimore Orioles. And that's why Matt Klentak got hired, because he knew MacPhail when they worked together in Baltimore. So we can't just ignore the obvious. That stuff goes on all the time. If you know somebody, it's politics pretty much, man. I mean, you know somebody, well, he's a friend, so I'm going to hire him just because he's a friend. That's not how you do business. Who's the best for the job? We're not going to pick friends here. Who's going to get the job done in an orderly fashion and win us baseball games? That's what really matters. And that's what really matters to me. So let's get right into it. So we bring in Dave Dombrowski. This Phillies team badly needs a bullpen. The second worst bullpen in baseball history happened in 2020. And guess who holds the record for the worst worst ERA in baseball history? The Phillies, like the 1930 Phillies. So, doubling in the history books. Am I right there? So this bullpen needs help badly. And our two best relief pitchers, Blake Parker and Jose Alvarez, who got hurt like middle of August, both free agents. Both are gone. So this bullpen, it's weak. It's just so bad. Now, we did bring in Jose Alvarado, who I very much like. Hopefully he can replicate his 2018 campaign. Not a fan of his 2019 campaign or 2020 campaign, but I'm hoping that he can replicate his 2018 season in the 2021 season. I think he's going to be good in our bullpen, and he's a lefty. That's the thing I like. Adam Morgan gone as well, so this bullpen, I mean, we need a bullpen. We have still done nothing. We have done absolutely nothing to help this bullpen other than the Jose Alvarado pickup. Nothing. And we still need another starter. Now, with Blake Trinan off the market, re-signing with the Los Angeles Dodgers on a 2-year deal, I really think that the Phillies, have some options out there, bringing back, possible Ken Giles reunion. Now, I honestly think that he would be better in 2022, but I think you could bring him in. I think we just need some pieces, right? We need some pieces. He'd be probably a setup guy. He probably wouldn't be the closer. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe he's trying out the setup guy for 1 year. I mean, Baseball Guy Sean was talking about the possibility of possibly bringing back Brandon Workman, which would be horrendous. I would hate to see that. I really don't want to give this guy another chance, but I think a reunion with Ken Giles would work. You can get him at a pretty decent price. I would not be opposed at all. I would be opposed to bringing back Brandon Workman, however, because he was just horrible. And Ken Giles didn't have the best of seasons either, but he did well in Philly, and he has experience here. I mean, we traded him away to the Houston Astros for like Vince Velasquez and Mark Appel, and back in 2015, December 2015, which was a steal for the Houston Astros, who eventually won a World Series with Ken Giles. So hopefully we can get with Ken Giles reunion, make a few more trades. We need to just really build this bullpen up, and it's going to take, I think our window is 2023, 2024, but it really needs to start with, don't go out and open up the big banks for Liam Hendricks. I like Liam Hendricks a lot. I predicted he'd sign here in the free agent video. I don't think that now. I think he's going to go to like a team like the Jays or somewhere like that. But you're going to get a guy who hasn't done it yet. But it's hard to do that. And also, I don't want to be too cheap either. That's the thing. I don't want to be too cheap. I want to see Blake Parker back in this bullpen as well. Yeah, I want to see Jose Alvarez back in this bullpen as well. Those are two guys that I like, and hopefully we can get them back. They're out in the market. Go and get them. I like them both. I like them both a lot. Hector Neris, hopefully he can replicate like his 2019 season a little bit. Not a fan of the 2020 Hector Neris. Not the best of seasons. Everybody kind of had a weird 2020 because it just was so weird with circumstances. But now with a 162-game season, hopefully that will change. But you can't be banking what we have banked on the young guys before, and look where it got us. Go back and look in 2019. We banked on the young starting rotation of Aaron Nola, who I love, Nick Pivetta, terrible. Vince Velasquez, terrible. We thought that we were going to get the breakout Pivetta. Remember the breakout Pivetta? Well, look where that got us. And we tried out this young bullpen. We did nothing. We were horrible because we relied on guys who hadn't had success. We were like hoping that they were going to have success, and they didn't. You can't hope. You got to know. And I'm not saying that, nothing is given in this game. Nothing is given in sports for that matter, even in life. Nothing is guaranteed, right? Nothing is guaranteed. But they didn't even seem like they made an effort with the pitching. We go out and signed Zach Wheeler last offseason. That's like the biggest splash we made in the pitching market and the pitching staff in like so long. So as regards to the bullpen, go out and get a little Ken Giles reunion going. I wouldn't mind that. I would not be opposed to maybe a Brad Hand. I'd like to see a Brad Hand as well. If we can get both of those guys, because one's going to be more expensive than the other. Brad Hand is going to be a little bit more expensive than Ken Giles. Go and get both of those guys. And once again, it's not going to solve our whole bullpen problems, but that would make it significantly better. And re-sign Blake Parker and Jose Alvarez. I think the bullpen, it wouldn't be hard. It would be better than it was last year. And as regards to starting rotation, I love Aaron Nola and Zach Wheeler. Now, you got to look at Aaron Nola and say, wow, he collapsed in September once again. Well, I think he just entered a slump last September. I think in 2019, of course, in 2018, he collapsed in in September just because he was gassed and we had no one else in rotation to really, offset him a little bit and give him more relief. When we added Zach Wheeler, that's what happened. But I think he just entered a slump. It just happened. It's just coincidence. That's just my opinion. I think also he's not the best pitcher under pressure. I think it was weird. It was weird. He just kind of entered a little bit of a slump. But Zach Wheeler definitely fits great in that 1-2 punch. And I honestly think, they're both on equal playing fields. They're both very, very good pitchers. And I get comfortable whenever I see one of those two guys on the mound. Now you go down the list a little bit, and you go look at Zach Eflin, I like Zach Eflin. He proved that he's going to be a number 3, number 4. I like him a lot. I think he's done a good job. He's not the best. I think we got him for basically nothing. When we got him from the Jimmy Rollins deal. The Dodgers got him from the Matt Kemp trade, and then we got him from the Jimmy Rollins trade. So, drafted by the San Diego Padres. I like Zach Eflin a lot. He's a little iffy though. He has some months where he's just absolutely dreadful, and then he has great games. So I do like him as a number 3, number 4. I would love a Cole Hamels union. Yes, I know he has some health problems, but we need guys who are going to eat innings. We need inning eaters. We do not need these guys, like James Paxton or, some people like that who have had health problems, who are not going to help us. Vince Velasquez, horrible. Absolutely horrible. We need guys who are going to eat innings. And Cole Hamels, like a Rick Porcello, I understand they're not great. They're past their prime. Like a J Happ reunion, I think that would work, especially with a potential 6-man rotation in 2021 this season. I think J Happ, Cole Hamels, people like that, I think that could work in our rotation. I mean, like Aaron Nola, Zach Wheeler, Zach Eflin. You have Cole Hamels, Jay Happ, and then Vince Velasquez is your number 6. Or maybe every 6th game you do an opener. That's like once a week. Which would not be horrible, but the health problems with Hamels do concern me a little bit. And with Happ, too. They're both quite old pitchers. But it could work. We need guys who are going to eat innings, and also like a Rick Porcello. But the thing I love about Cole Hamels and Jay Happ is that they're lefties. And our starting rotation is filled with like righties. So we need lefties in there and to kind of offset that rotation. So moving on to the offensive side. Let's take a look at the infield. First baseman Rhys Hoskins, who he's an on-base machine. He can hit for some power, doesn't hit for the highest batting average, but his advanced stats are actually really, really good. As I said, gets on base quite a ton. He's just a slugging first baseman. That's what I think. He'll hit the ball out of the ballpark for you, not hit for highest average. He'll hit like 240, 250 for you. That's it. And he's above average first baseman, but he's not anything special. His defense isn't great. I'd give him a couple more years. I mean, I think he deserves another shot. He was starting to get hot in 2020 before he had that injury, that wrist injury, I believe. So hopefully he could turn it around back in 2021 this year and have a good spring and go into the season. The second base and short, that's a question mark right now. I mean, Jean Segura most likely going to be the starting second baseman for the Phillies in 2021 this season. He's a hit machine, but he's underperformed since he got in Philly. I mean, and we're overpaying him. He's not a good clubhouse guy. Got in a fight with D. Gordon. I mean, I would trade Jean Segura. I would. I mean, Scott Kingery, I just don't like a 150 hitter. I just don't like the idea of a 150 hitter at second base. But if we were to trade Jean Segura, I would love a Brad Miller reunion and have a platoon with Kingery and Miller, right-hander, throwing Miller, left-hander, throwing Kingery. I'd love that, just a nice little platoon going there, because honestly, I don't trust Kingery. I really don't trust him as an everyday player right now. His 2020 season was horrible, and I do think he's a better player than that, of course, and I do think he will rebound. But that was a horrible, horrible season. I would not mind to see, if we did trade Jean Segura, because honestly, he's been a disappointment in my eyes. If he could hit, he's almost like a singles hitter, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's almost like a singles hitter. I do think he takes some things off the payroll as well. I mean, he's getting paid a good amount of money, and he's not the best guy in the clubhouse. So if I'm the Phillies, I would consider possibly shopping Jean Segura. The shortstop's a bit of a question mark. As I said, second base, shortstop, bit of a question mark for the Phils. Jean Segura, most likely will not be our shortstop in 2021. I do not want him to be. I honestly think that a reunion with Freddie Galvis would work. Give him one year, $4 million deal, $5 million deal. He's not a bad player. He's like a 250 hitter, and he's a switch hitter, and he's good on both sides of the plate. And that he hit well in our ballpark. I would love to bring him back. I mean, I really would. On a one-year deal, you got Bryson Scott. His ETA is like 2022. You got Bryson Scott come up as a bridge for Bryson Scott. You've signed Freddie Galvis to a one-year deal as a bridge for Bryson Scott, who's a lefty. And every time I talk about a lefty in infield, I always bring up how valuable it is because of how right-handed heavy our infield is. So it's so valuable to have a lefty in our infield. It's so valuable. And with signing Freddie Galvis, he's a switch hitter on both sides. I mean, he's good on both sides of the play. His defense is all right. He made some pretty good plays in use here, and even with the Padres as well, and the Blue Jays and the Reds. But I think a Freddie Galvis reunion would work on a one-year deal. Hey, he's not a superstar. This guy, I mean, he's slightly above average. He's not a like a Manny Machado, right? I mean, this guy's not he's not the end-all be-all, right? He's gonna help our team a little bit. He's not as good as Didi Gregorius. Speaking of Didi Gregorius, I think he's gone. I think we don't have the money. I mean, we got to bring back JT, and if JT comes back, Didi is gone. I do think Didi is gone because JT, I think, is going to come back. We'll get into that. So Freddie Galvis, shortstop. Alec Bohm is continuing to develop at third base. I think he is amazing. No problems here. Hit machine. Anthony Rendon Jr. This guy is unbelievable. I love his style of play. Simple approach. Hey, you got to run at second and third with nobody out. I'm going to hit a single up the middle. I'm not going to be like Bryce Harper. I'm not going to be like Rhys Hoskins. I'm especially not going to be like JT Realmuto and swing for the fences and uppercut it up in the air or strike out in these big situations. I'm going to come through. I'm not knocking Bryce, because Bryce has been unbelievable for runner scoring position. Not really the same story for Rhys and JT, though. They're not the best in runner scoring position. Bryce was not the best, though, in 2020. 2019 numbers with the men on base. Excuse me, I kept saying bases loaded. Men on base. Excuse me. Not very, very good in 2019. Not very good in 2020. Rhys and JT, not the best with the runner scoring position. They're just not. They're just not. So, as I said, great push by Alec Bohm. We're going to go look behind the plate. Question mark. JT Realmuto looming in free agency with the potential suitors of the Angels. We've heard the Blue Jays in there who are apparently very, very close with George Springer right now and nearing an agreement possibly. We need JT back behind home plate. I mean, we need a good catcher back. He's the BCIB. Re-sign this man. Pay the man. I do think he will be coming back. The longer it goes on, the better it is for the Phils. He's going to fall in our lap. The market for him is so weak. Mike Rizzo, Nationals GM and president, just went out and signed Kyle Schwarber today to fill, Nationals outfield vacancy. And you might say, how does that impact behind the plate? Well, he's spending money now. And his next thing is he said he needs someone to find. He needs to find someone to platoon with Yan Gomes behind home plate. So what does that tell you? The Nationals are out on JT. The Blue Jays, if they get Springer, they're out. So who is left? And if the Angels get Bauer, who is left? JT Realmuto to the Phillies. He is the all-around package. He hits for, he gets a good amount of hit. I mean, he hits for power. He has great defense. He could run. I mean, when have you ever seen a catcher that could run as fast as JT Realmuto? He's an athletic player. He's just an athletic guy. He's a great player. I mean, it's just like I've never seen a catcher who brings power, contact, great defense, and the speed. Like he just is the all-around package, and the Phillies need to re-sign this guy. I like the little wink there when he throws guys out. It's pretty cool. It's pretty low-key. It's pretty cool. Move ahead to right field. Not really much to say here. My favorite man, my favorite player, Max Harper in right field. He's going to hit you, 260, 270, 280, 35 to 40, 35 to 40 to 45 home runs every single year. He's not going to hit 300. We have to accept that because of the shift. If you maybe see the shift go away, maybe that changes. But he's going to hit for, a good amount of power. He's going to hit 270. Expect that. And he's going to provide well above average defense. He's going to, outperform his contract because Money War says he's outperforming. Money War, I mean, the numbers don't lie. He's outperforming his contract so far. In 2019, his average annual value was actually like 36. He ends up getting like 25. And that's the thing. Like, he's outperforming, and expect that. He's going to get guys in when we need him. So, as I said, his clutch hitting is very, very good with runners scoring position. In 2019, 2020 wasn't the same story, but hey, I'm not going to really investigate. I'm not going to look too much into it because 2020 numbers, in retrospect, don't mean everything to me because it was not a normal year and we started so late. But anyway, I mean, Bryce Harper, this guy, he's the all-around package. Like I said, he brings the whole style of the game with the beard, and people love him. He's a marketing tool. People buying his jerseys. And once again, he's not the best player in the game, but he's one of the most recognizable players in the game. And just having Bryce Harper on your team, let alone, makes your team relevant. It makes your team relevant. And yet again, the on-field production is way above average. It's like 60 points above league average. Hits for a good amount of power. 35 to 40. He can even probably hit 50 at one time. In our little tiny ballpark, he could probably do that. He hit 42 in 2015. You have to accept he's not going to hit 300 anymore. But Bryce Harper, great. He's unbelievable. And he's going to hit well in the 3-hole. Unbelievable. He is amazing. Moving into center field here, we got Adam Hazley, and I do not feel confident moving forward with Adam Hazley as the everyday center fielder for the Phils. I think we need to go out and sign a Jackie Bradley Jr., and possibly trade for Kevin Kiermaier. I think Jackie Bradley Jr. makes the most sense. As I said, we're a little bit weak with the lefties in our lineup. We got Bryce, of course, but we need to add a few more lefties to our lineup, and I think signing Jackie Bradley Jr. would make sense. He's not really known for his offensive ability. But his defense is unbelievable, has a connection with Dave Dombrowski, our president, so I think it would be a perfect fit. He's going to provide great defense. He's going to provide a lot of range out there in center field. He's going to have speed, and especially it's so crucial due to Andrew McCutchen's lack of, his defense has just been on the downturn, has an ACL injury, can't really run as much, so it's nice to have a guy in center field who can provide some range. And honestly, I think you could, even go like a, 2 to 3 year deal with this guy. I was talking with baseball guy Sean about it. He's like, not a 1 year deal, like a 2 to 3 year deal. And I think Jackie Bradley Jr. would make a lot of sense for this Phillies team. As I said, knows our president. I think he'd fit in great. And maybe we trade Adam Hazley for some bullpen, acquisitions. So I would not mind to see that at all. Jackie Bradley Jr. possibly starting center fielder for the Phillies in 2021. We'll wait to see what happens. In left field, finally, Andrew McCutchen. ACL injury. He was an on-base machine when he first got here in 2019. His on-base numbers took a significant downturn in 2020. His defense has been on the downfall for the past, 5 years or so. He's not the same player when he won the MVP in 2013 as a member of the Pittsburgh Pirates. We don't really expect him to be, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not the same player anymore. He's had some injuries. He's getting older. I mean, it's not the end of the world. But I think Andrew McCutchen's going to have a good year. He can hit you, 20 to 25 home runs, hit around 260. He hasn't, his on-base numbers were not fantastic in 2020. I understand that. His defense, not the best. If we were in the American League, I do think he would probably be DHing. As I said, defense, not very good. When he does leave us, I think we probably will decline his call option because he does have one for 2022. He probably will go to the American League to finish his career as a DH because he still has, a good amount of life left in him in his bat. His defense is just way down there. And Jay Bruce, like a guy, he's probably going to go to American League too. I think he'd be a great DH. Same thing goes with Andrew McCutchen. I think Andrew McCutchen's a different player, but he's just a different player than he was when he won the MVP in 2015, and that's okay. We don't really expect him to be that because he's older. I mean, he's just older. He's had injuries. He's naturally declined. So that's pretty much it. How to fix the Philadelphia Phillies. Stack up in this bullpen. Stack up in this bullpen. Do not trade Bryce. Bring back JT. I mean, do not blow up this team. We're going to retool. We need a good bullpen. Don't go super expensive. As I said, I criticize their team not spending money, but I don't want them to be too foolish. I don't want them to go out and sign Liam Hendricks, all these guys on these, you do not want to give really pitchers multi-year deals. You just don't. So bring out Ken Giles, possibly, Brad Hand. I think he'd fit great here. Go back and, get, Cole Hamels, Jay Happ. I understand the injuries do concern me with Hamels, but we need people who are going to eat innings out of our starting rotation. And if we can, that's going to help our bullpen because it's going to, give them less innings that they have to pitch. So you got to think about that matter. So guys, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this video. How to fix the Philadelphia Phillies. Once again, this was not my idea. I came back at the beginning of the video, talked about it. But once again, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe if you have not yet. Please turn on the notification bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Check out the social media link description section at Phillies Sounds of Instagram, our Fanatics Instagram, car text 267-225-5392. Email me, phillysounds@gmail.com. I actually joined TikTok yesterday morning. I'm not really a huge fan of that app. I think it's just a little bit silly. But I'm looking for new ways to promote my, my channel and advertise my channel. And sometimes you have to do things you don't really necessarily love to do. But I'm just trying to grow. I'm trying to, get my name out there more. I'm trying to, grow a little bit more. So if you wouldn't mind, please give me a follow on TikTok, please. Just to try to promote myself and to reach out with new people. So once again, I'm Luke, and I'll talk to y'all later. Weekly update coming tomorrow with the Baby Blue. I'll see you guys.